He said it loud enough for the whole room to stop pretending they hadn't been watching us. "You're nothing but a trophy husband, impotent and broke." Laughter rippled through the room like a crack spreading across glass. I saw the flash of teeth, the glint of amusement in eyes that didn't dare look directly at me for long. Then came the final blow. His hand on her shoulder, leaning close, voice dripping with mockery. "We all know she loves your bed, though, right?" Something inside me froze. My wife, smiling. Just smiling. Not denying, not laughing it off. Just that quiet, treacherous silence that screamed agreement. The champagne glass in my hand trembled. I set it down carefully before it shattered. 2 minutes later, he would regret it. But not because I shouted or struck or made a scene. No, because the moment he opened his mouth, he'd already become a piece in a game he didn't know existed. And I always finish my games. I watched him the rest of the night. The way his hand lingered on her lower back when he guided her through the crowd. The way she didn't move it away. The way his tie matched her lipstick. Small details, easy to overlook, unless you were trained to notice. I'd built companies from ruins. I'd learned to read weakness, to weaponize silence. That night, I saw hers. When she looked at me across the ballroom, there was guilt, buried under practiced grace. I smiled back. She mistook it for surrender. At home, she slept easily beside me. Her perfume smelled different, sweet, unfamiliar, like someone else's cologne masked beneath it. My phone buzzed, a message from her coworker, the same man. He must have sent it by accident, a photo of her reflection in his office mirror. Her face half-turned, bare shoulder, wine glass. The caption, "She said you'd never notice." I stared at the message for a long time. My pulse didn't quicken, my jaw didn't clench. I just stared. Then I saved it. Not out of pain, out of purpose. Over the next week, I became a ghost in my own house. I still made her coffee, still asked about her day, still listened as she lied about late meetings and urgent projects. But inside, every smile was a calculation. Every good night, a reminder that her clock was ticking. I hired no detective. I needed no one else. Truth, I'd learned, is a patient predator. It hunts in silence. I tracked her phone's backup, accessed her private cloud through the shared network I'd built myself. I found the deleted photos, videos, hotel receipts under her maiden name. Her lover's name scrawled in lipstick on a mirror. His handwriting, not hers. Each discovery should have broken me. It didn't. It refined me. At work, people still called me the quiet genius. They never realized how much of that quiet came from rage controlled to precision. When she left for her team retreat, I followed the calendar event to the private resort her company booked. Her coworker was there, of course. Same tie, same smirk. From the balcony of my rented suite across the street, I watched them through a camera lens as she laughed into his chest. I zoomed in. His hand traced her spine. My hand tightened around the camera. I pressed record. The footage was clean, perfect, no room for denial. I waited until the office party, 1 week later. The same crowd, the same music, the same champagne. I walked in quietly, the way I always did. She looked radiant. Her hand intertwined with his, too long to be casual. He grinned when he saw me, the arrogance of someone who thinks he's already won. I walked up to him and handed him my phone. "Watch this." He laughed. "You're sure you want to show me your—" Then he saw it. The laughter stopped mid-breath. His expression shifted, amusement, curdling into horror. He looked at her, desperate, but she was already pale. Her friends pretended to chat, but the silence was total. I leaned close, whispered so only he could hear. "You said I was impotent. You should have asked her how many times she screamed my name while you watched from the shadows." He dropped the phone. It clattered on the floor. 2 minutes later, his career was over. Because while he was stammering apologies, my attorney was already sending that footage, not to the police, not to tabloids, just to his company's HR board, labeled as misconduct evidence. By the time he looked back at me, the color was gone from his face. When we got home, she tried to speak. Her voice trembled. All honey turned to acid. "Please, you didn't have to." I poured myself a drink. Didn't look at her. I didn't, but I did. She took a step closer. "We can fix this." I turned to her, calm, detached. I already fixed it. On the table, I placed 2 envelopes. One with the divorce papers, one with her company's internal report. I'd sent a copy of the footage there, too. "He's gone," I said quietly. "And soon, so are you." Tears, pleading, promises, all the predictable, pitiful things people say when they realize they've gambled everything and lost. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't even blink. "You once told me I was nothing but your trophy husband," I said. "You forgot that trophies don't beg. They just sit there, reminding everyone of who won." Then I walked away, left her in the dim kitchen light, crying over 2 envelopes that ended her world. The house is quieter now. No perfume, no laughter. Just the steady hum of peace that comes when everything false has been stripped away. I don't feel victory, not satisfaction, just stillness. People think revenge is fire. It isn't. It's ice. It freezes what once burned, preserves it in silence. I kept his words, the ones that started it all, etched in memory. "You're nothing but a trophy husband." Maybe he was right. But tonight, as I pour another drink in the glow of my new apartment's city view, I see her messages flood my phone. 71 missed calls, apologies, promises, regrets. I let them ring. The sound is almost musical. I raise my glass, smile faintly at the reflection staring back, cold, calm, complete, and whisper to no one, 2 minutes. That's all it took. Then I silence the phone, forever.